symbol for number.
Computer is ready.
Amid the atmosphere of paranoia and skepticism in post-Watergate America, the 1975 thriller 3 Days of the Condor emerged as a gripping reflection of the times. Directed by Sidney Pollack, this film weaves a tale of intrigue and suspense, featuring a stellar cast that includes Robert Redford, Faye Dunaway, Cliff Robertson, and Max von Sydow. The plot unfolds when a CIA researcher, played by Redford, returns from lunch to find his colleagues brutally murdered. This shocking discovery thrusts him into a world of conspiracy and danger, forcing him to go on the run. As he seeks to uncover who is behind the killings, he encounters Dunaway's character, who becomes both a source of help and a focal point of tension. The film's tight pacing and sharp dialogue keep audiences on edge, while the exploration of trust and betrayal resonates deeply. Based on James Grady's novel 6 Days of the Condor, the narrative captures the essence of a society grappling with hidden threats and the fragility of safety. The chilling dialogue and the unsettling scenarios depicted in the film amplify the sense of dread, making it a memorable entry in the genre of political thrillers. The movie unfolds in the bustling cities of New York and Washington, D.C., where a highly intellectual CIA researcher named Joe Turner finds himself in a nightmare scenario. After a typical day at work, he steps out for lunch, only to return and discover that all of his coworkers have been brutally murdered. This shocking revelation sends him into a spiral of fear and confusion as he realizes that he is now a target. Turner, portrayed by Robert Redford, must rely on his wits and intellect to navigate this dangerous situation. With no one to trust, he becomes a man on the run, trying to outsmart those responsible for the heinous act. He delves deeper into the murky world of espionage, uncovering a conspiracy that goes far beyond his initial understanding. The tension escalates as he seeks help from a woman named Kathy, played by Faye Dunaway, who becomes embroiled in his perilous quest for survival. As he evades relentless pursuers, Turner grapples with moral dilemmas and the harsh realities of betrayal within the agency he once trusted. The film cleverly explores themes of paranoia, trust, and the often blurred lines between right and wrong in the world of intelligence. Each twist and turn heightens the suspense, leading to a gripping climax that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. Through it all, Turner's character evolves from a naive researcher to a resourceful survivor, showcasing the lengths one will go to when faced with life-threatening danger. The narrative paints a vivid picture of the Cold War era, highlighting the complexities of espionage and the consequences of a secretive world. The film's pacing and direction create an atmosphere of tension and uncertainty, making it a classic in the thriller genre. Joe Turner is the central character in the film 3 Days of the Condor, portrayed by Robert Redford. He is a CIA analyst who works under the code name Condor. His workplace is the American Literary Historical Society in New York City, which serves as a cover for a clandestine CIA office. This setting allows him to blend in with the literary community while engaging in intelligence work. Turner is portrayed as intelligent and resourceful, yet he is also somewhat naive about the darker aspects of the agency he works for. As the story unfolds, Turner becomes embroiled in a dangerous game of survival after his colleagues are murdered. This shocking event forces him to go on the run, relying on his wits and skills to stay alive. Throughout the film, he grapples with trust and betrayal, questioning the motives of those around him. His journey leads him to cross paths with Kathy Hale, played by Faye Dunaway, who becomes a crucial ally in his quest for the truth. Together, they navigate a world filled with espionage and deception. Turner's character is a reflection of the paranoia and distrust prevalent in the 1970s, especially regarding government agencies. His struggle to uncover the conspiracy behind the killings showcases not just his determination, but also the moral dilemmas faced by those involved in covert operations. The film explores themes of loyalty, the cost of secrecy, and the impact of political machinations on individual lives. Joe Turner's experience highlights the fragility of safety in a world where shadows lurk at every corner.
What?
As the tension builds in the film 3 Days of the Condor, Joe Turner, played by Robert Redford, finds himself in a precarious situation. After a violent incident at his office, he is on the run and desperately trying to understand the conspiracy that has engulfed him. During this chaotic time, he encounters Kathy Hale, portrayed by Faye Dunaway. In a moment of desperation, he forces her to take him to her apartment, where he holds her hostage. At first, Kathy is frightened and confused, unsure of Turner's intentions. However, as time passes and the danger outside grows, a complex relationship begins to unfold between them. Turner, while trying to piece together the mystery behind the killings and his own survival, finds himself drawn to Kathy. She, in turn, starts to see him not just as a threat, but as a person caught in a web of intrigue and danger. This evolving dynamic resembles the Stockholm Syndrome, where hostages develop feelings for their captors. Kathy's initial fear transforms into empathy, and they begin to share intimate moments, revealing their vulnerabilities. The tension between them grows, intertwining their fates as they navigate the perilous landscape of espionage and betrayal. Their relationship becomes a crucial part of the narrative, highlighting the emotional complexities that arise in extreme situations. As the story unfolds, the lines between captor and captive blur, leading to unexpected emotional connections that challenge their initial perceptions of each other. This intricate bond adds depth to the film, making it not just a thriller, but also a study of human relationships under duress. The hostage situation becomes a catalyst for both characters to confront their fears and desires, ultimately changing the course of their lives. In the movie 3 Days of the Condor, Robert Redford's character finds himself engaged in a tense cat and mouse game with Higgins, the deputy director of the CIA's New York division, played by Cliff Robertson. The film explores the intricacies of espionage and the moral dilemmas faced by those involved in intelligence work. Higgins operates from an office situated in the World Trade Center, a symbol of power and ambition in New York City. This setting adds a layer of realism to the narrative, as it reflects the height of the Cold War era's paranoia and the secretive operations of the CIA. Cliff Robertson, known for his portrayal of Higgins, had a passion for aviation. He often flew his private Beechcraft Baron over the New York skyline, enjoying the freedom and perspective that flying provided. On the morning of September 11, 2001, Robertson was in the air, directly above the World Trade Center, climbing through 7,500 feet when the first plane struck the building. This tragic event adds a haunting context to his character and the location of Higgins' office, intertwining fiction with a stark reality. The film, while a thrilling narrative, also resonates with the real-life implications of surveillance and the often blurred lines of morality in the world of intelligence. The dynamics between Redford's character and Higgins encapsulate the tension and complexity of trust and betrayal within the CIA, making it a compelling watch for audiences interested in the darker aspects of government operations.
Intelligence source to support your theory.
Filming for 3 Days of the Condor took place in the autumn, yet the story was set in a winter backdrop. To create this necessary wintry look on the streets where the movie was being filmed, saplings had to be defoliated. This process involved removing the leaves from the trees, which could have caused harm to the plants. Robert Redford, the film's lead actor, and an avid ecologist, took a keen interest in this aspect of the production. He made it a point to check on the defoliation process to ensure that no lasting damage was done to the saplings. Redford's commitment to environmental concerns showcased his dedication not just to his craft, but also to nature. His involvement in overseeing the ecological impact of the film's production added a layer of responsibility to the project, emphasizing the balance between artistic vision and environmental stewardship. The attention to detail in creating a convincing winter setting reflected the filmmaker's desire to immerse the audience fully in the story's atmosphere. The careful consideration of the ecological implications during the filming process highlighted the importance of respecting nature while achieving cinematic goals. The result was a film that not only captivated audiences with its thrilling narrative, but also demonstrated a conscientious approach to environmental issues during its production.
Go on home, Higgins. Go on, they've got it. Come on, you know where we are. Just look around.
The van sent to the murder scene in 3 Days of the Condor is labeled Ogden Cleaning Service, which carries significant symbolism. This reference connects to the myth of Hercules, specifically the task of cleaning the Ogden stables. In this myth, Hercules is given the nearly impossible job of cleaning the stables that have not been tended to for 30 years. The stables housed 3,000 oxen, and the filth had accumulated to an overwhelming extent. Hercules cleverly diverts a river to wash out the waste in a single day, showcasing his resourcefulness and strength. In the context of the film, the label on the van suggests a need for a thorough cleansing of the corruption and chaos that the CIA creates through its actions. Just as Hercules faced an enormous task that seemed insurmountable, the characters in the film grapple with the moral and ethical mess left behind by the agency's covert operations. The use of the term cleaning service implies that the CIA seeks to erase the evidence of its misdeeds, much like Hercules aimed to remove the filth from the stables. This connection emphasizes the themes of power, responsibility, and the lengths to which individuals and institutions will go to maintain their secrets. The van symbolizes an attempt to cover up the truth, paralleling the mythological task of confronting and resolving deep-rooted problems. The interplay of these symbols enriches the narrative, inviting viewers to reflect on the nature of truth and justice in a world where powerful entities often operate in the shadows.
But they don't lie, and they don't look away much.
Filming for the movie took place in a variety of locations throughout New York City, showcasing the city's vibrant atmosphere and iconic landmarks. Notably, the World Trade Center served as a key filming site. This film holds the distinction of being the only feature film ever filmed inside the World Trade Center, which adds a unique historical significance to it. The filmmakers took advantage of the building's striking architecture and the views it offered, which helped to create a tense and engaging backdrop for the story. Additionally, Central Park was another important location, providing a stark contrast to the urban landscape and serving as a place for key scenes that highlight the characters' emotional journeys. The choice of these locations not only grounds the film in a real-world setting, but also enhances the narrative, making the audience feel the intensity and urgency of the plot as it unfolds against the backdrop of New York City. The combination of these locations contributes to the film's atmosphere, making it a classic in the thriller genre.
You say one of my people is still okay?
Condor, you know him?
No. Is he okay enough to say what happened?
Following the events of September 11, 2001, it was revealed that the CIA had been operating a large undercover station at the World Trade Center. This surprising information came to light just 2 months after the tragic attacks. The station was cleverly disguised, hidden behind the facade of another government organization. This revelation raised many questions about the extent of intelligence operations within major urban centers and the implications for national security. The presence of such a significant intelligence facility in a prominent location like the World Trade Center highlighted the complex relationship between government agencies and the public. It also sparked discussions about the balance between security and privacy, especially in the wake of the attacks that changed the landscape of American life. The covert nature of the CIA's operations at this site underscored the secretive methods often employed by intelligence agencies to gather information and conduct operations, often without the public's awareness. This situation served as a reminder of the hidden layers of government activities that exist beneath the surface of everyday life.
But I might have underestimated this one.
I was told you never make that kind of
In the film 3 Days of the Condor, the CIA operations depicted play a crucial role in the story's unfolding events. The agency's New York City base serves as a hub for spying on and recruiting foreign diplomats who are stationed at the nearby United Nations building. This setting highlights the intricate web of international relations and the covert activities that take place behind the scenes. The CIA office not only monitors diplomats, but also acts as a debriefing site for American business executives returning from overseas trips. These executives provide valuable insights and reports about their experiences abroad, which the CIA uses to gather intelligence on foreign affairs and potential threats. The film illustrates the complexity of these operations, emphasizing the blend of espionage, diplomacy, and business. The characters navigate a world filled with intrigue, where trust is scarce and survival depends on quick thinking and resourcefulness. As the plot unfolds, the viewer witnesses the tension and danger inherent in such clandestine activities, making it a compelling exploration of the darker side of intelligence work. The interactions within this environment reveal the stakes involved in maintaining national security and the moral dilemmas faced by those who operate in the shadows. The film's portrayal of these CIA operations sheds light on the often unseen mechanisms that influence global politics.
I actually trust a few people. That's a problem.
Following the events of the 1975 film 3 Days of the Condor, the impact of such a narrative resonates deeply, especially in the context of real-world events like the 9/11 attacks. In the film, a CIA analyst named Joe Turner uncovers a conspiracy within his agency, leading to a thrilling chase as he tries to stay alive. The tension and paranoia depicted in the movie mirror the fears that emerged after the September 11 attacks. The destruction of the World Trade Center was a shocking event that changed the landscape of American security and intelligence. Naturally, the station was destroyed during the attack, leaving behind chaos and uncertainty. In the aftermath, a special team of CIA agents was tasked with handling the cleanup. Their mission was critical. They needed to recover sensitive material that could have survived the building's destruction. This operation involved sifting through the rubble to find documents, data, and any intelligence that could provide insights into the attackers or prevent future threats. The urgency of their work highlighted the importance of information and national security. Just as Joe Turner fought to uncover the truth in his world of espionage, real-life agents worked tirelessly to ensure that no vital information was lost in the tragedy. The parallels between fiction and reality in these scenarios illustrate the ongoing struggle between security and vulnerability in a world where threats can emerge unexpectedly.
Morning.
While working on 3 Days of the Condor, Faye Dunaway and Robert Redford had a professional relationship that was marked by respect, despite their limited personal interaction. It is said that they did not engage in casual conversation during filming. This lack of chatter might seem surprising to some, especially considering Dunaway's reputation in the industry. She has often been characterized as difficult to work with, but her conduct on this film did not reflect that image. Instead, both actors focused on their roles and the demands of the script. Their on-set dynamics were characterized by a shared commitment to the project, which allowed them to deliver strong performances. Redford and Dunaway's ability to maintain a professional atmosphere while not engaging in much personal dialogue speaks to their dedication and the seriousness with which they approach their craft. This dynamic contributed to the film's success, as both actors were able to immerse themselves in their characters without distractions.
I'm doing a survey. Do you believe the Condor is really an...
It is noted that Robert Redford dedicated much of his spare time to preparing for the film All the President's Men, which was set to release the following year. This commitment to his craft is evident in the attention to detail he brought to each role. In 3 Days of the Condor, there is a memorable scene where Redford's character finds himself in a sporting goods store, moments before he is about to kidnap Kathy, played by Faye Dunaway. In this tense moment, he peers out from behind a rack of parkas, which adds to the suspense of the scene. Observant viewers might notice that the hangers for the parkas are alternated in and out. This technique serves a practical purpose. It is an anti-theft device designed to prevent someone from easily grabbing multiple parkas at once and making off with them. Such details enhance the realism of the film and reflect the careful thought put into the production. Redford's preparation and the use of practical elements like this anti-theft device contribute to the overall authenticity and tension of the narrative, making it a compelling watch.
He's going to stop by 11:30.
You can wait 8 minutes.
In 3 Days of the Condor, Robert Redford is widely recognized for being left-handed. Throughout the film, he performs most tasks in a manner typical of a left-handed individual. This aspect of his character adds a layer of authenticity to his portrayal as a CIA analyst. However, a striking detail stands out in the scenes where his character, Joseph Turner, is required to write. In these moments, Redford uses his right hand instead. This choice is particularly noticeable because audiences are accustomed to seeing him execute various actions as a left-handed person. The contrast between his usual left-handedness and the right-handed writing creates an intriguing visual that draws attention. It highlights the actor's ability to adapt his performance, showcasing his skill in embodying the character while subtly emphasizing this unique trait. This small but significant detail enriches the viewing experience, making it memorable for those who notice it. The film's tension and complexity are matched by this nuanced aspect of Redford's performance, making it all the more engaging.
2 years military service, Signal Corps, telephone lineman.
When Turner tracks the phone number in 3 Days of the Condor, he faces a critical moment that showcases his resourcefulness. He calls the phone company office, seeking access to a service known as CNA, which stands for Customer Name and Address. This service is typically reserved for phone company employees, adding a layer of complexity to Turner's task. To gain access to this information, Turner must cleverly pretend to be an employee of the phone company. This act of deception highlights his quick thinking and determination in a high-stakes situation. As he navigates the challenges of being pursued, his ability to adapt and improvise becomes essential. The tension in this scene reflects the broader themes of trust and betrayal that permeate the film, making it a pivotal moment in his quest for survival. The stakes are high, and Turner's ingenuity is put to the test as he tries to uncover the truth while evading those who threaten his life. Initially, Peter Yates was set to direct the film 3 Days of the Condor. At that time, Warren Beatty was attached to star in the movie. However, when Robert Redford came on board as the lead actor, he had a preference for working with Sidney Pollack as the director. This change in the lead actor led to a significant shift in the film's direction. Even though the production team had already signed Yates and agreed to pay him a salary of $200,000, they decided to let him go in favor of Pollack. This decision highlights how crucial the director-actor relationship can be in the filmmaking process. Pollack's unique vision and style brought a different energy to the project, aligning better with Redford's approach to the character and the story. The transition from Yates to Pollack ultimately shaped the film's narrative and its reception, illustrating how directorial changes can have a profound impact on a movie's development and success.
CIA? Langley?
6311.
Redford's collaboration with director Sidney Pollack in 3 Days of the Condor highlights a preference that seems to favor Pollack over his previous director, Sidney Yates, with whom he worked in The Hot Rock in 1972. This choice is evident when Redford's character, Turner, returns to New York towards the film's conclusion. As the camera sweeps across the bustling city streets, viewers can catch a glimpse of a movie billboard that adds a layer of intrigue to the scene. To the left of the U.S. Armed Forces Recruiting Office, the billboard prominently advertises The Towering Inferno, a film that was released in the same year. Notably, Faye Dunaway's surname is visible on the billboard, connecting the two films and offering a subtle nod to the audience. This detail serves as an Easter egg, enriching the viewing experience for those familiar with the cinematic landscape of the time. It reflects the interconnectedness of Hollywood, where actors and films often share space and influence one another, creating a tapestry of cultural references that enhance the narrative. The choice to showcase this particular film in the background not only situates 3 Days of the Condor within its historical context, but also emphasizes the star power of Dunaway, who was a significant figure in 1970s cinema. This moment encapsulates the essence of the era, where films often overlapped, and the presence of notable actors could be felt across multiple projects, contributing to the rich tapestry of storytelling in that time.
I always wanted to be a Scofier. Well, maybe it's not too late. You know, Van Gogh was 30 before he started to paint.
It's kind of interesting to note that Max von Sydow's character in 3 Days of the Condor is nicknamed Lucifer. This nickname carries a certain weight, especially considering that several years before this movie was released, von Sydow gained fame in American cinema for his role in The Exorcist, where he played Father Lancaster Marin. In that film, he confronts the embodiment of evil, which aligns with the connotations of the name Lucifer. The duality of von Sydow's roles creates a fascinating connection between the two films. In 3 Days of the Condor, his character is complex, embodying the cunning and the dark side of intelligence work. The film explores themes of trust and betrayal within the realm of espionage, and von Sydow's portrayal adds depth to the narrative. His performance is both chilling and captivating, reflecting the moral ambiguities faced by the characters. This interplay between his past and present roles enriches the viewing experience, making it a memorable part of his storied career.
Hey, Sam.
In the film 3 Days of the Condor, there is a noteworthy supporting actor who might catch your attention. You may find yourself recognizing him, though you might struggle to place where you've seen him before. This actor is Hank Garrett, who plays the role of the mailman gunman. His character adds an intriguing layer to the story, which revolves around espionage and survival. Garrett's performance is memorable, but his career extends beyond this film. He is also well known for his role as Officer Ed Nicholson in the classic sitcom Car 54. Where Are You? This show was beloved for its humor and quirky characters, and Garrett's portrayal of the earnest officer contributed to its charm. The contrast between his comedic role in the sitcom and his more serious role in 3 Days of the Condor showcases his versatility as an actor. Fans of both the film and the show may appreciate how Garrett navigates these different genres, making him a familiar face in the entertainment world. His presence in 3 Days of the Condor serves as a reminder of the rich tapestry of talent that can be found in films from that era. The way he captures the tension and urgency of the scene adds depth to the overall narrative, while his earlier work in comedy highlights his range. This blend of experiences enriches his performance, making it all the more engaging for audiences. The film itself is a thrilling ride, but it is actors like Hank Garrett who help to elevate the story through their unique contributions.
Headquarters at Langley says there's nothing from any other intelligence source to...
Faye Dunaway expressed that she absolutely loved the thought of being kidnapped and ravaged by Robert Redford in the movie 3 Days of the Condor. She found the concept thrilling rather than frightening, embracing the intensity of the scenes they were filming. This excitement added a unique layer to her performance, allowing her to connect deeply with the character she portrayed. However, there was a notable moment during the filming when Robert Redford had to temporarily leave the set. In his absence, the director, Sidney Pollack, stepped in to take over Redford's role. This unexpected turn led to Pollack filming Dunaway's reaction shots, capturing her genuine responses to the unfolding drama. This behind-the-scenes moment highlights the collaborative spirit of filmmaking, showcasing how the cast and crew worked together to create a compelling narrative. Dunaway's experience on set reflects not only her enthusiasm for the role, but also the dynamic atmosphere that characterized the production of this classic thriller.
A more complicated package had to be handled. But I might have underestimated this one.
As the cameras rolled on the set of 3 Days of the Condor, a tense and chilling moment unfolded. Faye Dunaway found herself in a vulnerable position, tied up and unable to escape. Suddenly, the director, Sidney Pollack, lunged at her, growling and threateningly declaring that he would get her. His eyes glared with intensity, and he began to describe horrific things he would do to her. This was not just a performance, it was a terrifying experience for Dunaway. She was genuinely scared, and this fear was palpable. Pollack, known for his talent as an actor himself, continued this intense approach, pushing her emotions to the limit to capture the perfect reaction shots for the scene with Robert Redford. It is important to note that while Pollack was masterful in eliciting a powerful response from Dunaway, the reality was that she was not acting in that moment. She was simply reacting to the fear he instilled in her, making the scene all the more authentic and impactful. This dynamic between director and actress showcased the lengths to which filmmakers sometimes go to create a compelling narrative, blurring the lines between acting and genuine emotion. The rawness of Dunaway's fear added depth to the film, creating a memorable moment that resonates with audiences. The intensity of that scene is a testament to both Pollack's directing prowess and Dunaway's ability to convey genuine emotion under extreme pressure.
This is Wicks, OIC Department 17. I want a chopper on the pad, fuel for New York, now.
The movie earned about $9 million in theatrical showings in North America, showcasing its strong appeal to audiences at the time. Released in 1975, 3 Days of the Condor is a well-crafted thriller that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. The film's tension and engaging plot were heightened by the political climate of the era, especially in light of the recent Watergate scandal. This scandal had left a significant mark on American society, making the themes of paranoia and betrayal in the film resonate more deeply with audiences. The story follows a CIA analyst who becomes embroiled in a deadly conspiracy after his colleagues are murdered. As he navigates a world filled with deception and danger, the film captures a sense of realism that reflects the distrust in government that many felt during that time. Its ability to intertwine personal and political stakes made it a memorable entry in the thriller genre, ensuring that it remains relevant even decades later. The combination of a gripping narrative and the historical context of the mid-1970s contributed to its success, making it a standout film of its time.